Welcome, race fans, back to PTR TV, where tonight we bring you a new league to the PTR TV family of broadcasts, the Synergy Dirt Racing Series. We're going to be bringing you the dirt cars, the 305 winged sprint cars here tonight for round 2 of their series at the dirt version of USA International Speedway. A little bit late on the start of the coverage, apologies for that, but ready and raring to get tonight's action underway, and we already are pacing here. We're setting up for the first of multiple heats underway tonight, and I got my partner, of course, Brandon Kreutz, who, as I like to call him, Mr. Dirt here tonight. Brandon, this is your cup of tea. We're at the dirt tracks, man. Saturday night racing here in the sprint cars.
Saturday night under the lights, Corey. We're happy to be here. The Synergy Dirt Racing Series, and 305's gonna have some action on the big track tonight at the USA International Speedway, and man, it'll be a nice show here tonight.
Yes, it will. And well, Brandon, as you know, I said this is you're the expertise in this style of racing. So we have these lower powered cars, and as you said, we have this very large slightly fictitious version of USA Speedway covered in the dirt. So what is going to be, well, first off, we do have 10 laps of heats. There are multiple heats here. We have 4 heats, 5 drivers out of each heat will transfer into the 35 lap feature. Then there will be a consolation where we'll take 2 more to round out a 22 car feature grid here tonight. So they have 1 more pace lap around USA. Brandon, top 5 transfer, 10 laps. What are we going to be expecting for racing tonight?
Well, the lap times are going to be a little bit slower than what we're used to seeing here, Corey, and you know, smaller motor, lots of downforce on these race cars, so I think we're going to be able to see these guys stick, and going to see a lot of good, close racing here tonight.
Yeah, that indeed we will look forward to seeing as they come off of quarter number 2 behind the iRacing pace truck, as we have here on the dirt side of racing. Down the back straightaway again, sorry for the delayed start, but we're just in time to bring you the calls and entering 3 and 4 here, and heat 1 gonna get underway. I'll take it to you, Brandon. Get them going.
These guys going to be coming down off of corner number 4 this time around to take the green flag. The iRacing official base truck going to be making its way down into pit lane this time by the 21. Ryan Smith going to get these guys under green. Green flag is in the air. We're underway for heat race number 1 at USA Speedway.
And the outside lane was the place to be there. The jump was definitely there as we enter 1. We already have 2 cars in incident there at the back of the pack, but the leaders will continue on safely. Taylor Howell leading the field into turn 3.
Howell in that number 29 machine going to take it down through corner number 4 now. Down the front straightaway, going to be leading lap number 1 of the 10-lap heat here so far tonight. Close racing up towards the front. Those guys aren't done yet. Here comes the 21 machine.
And Brandon, as you said, with these lower power cars, momentum is going to be the name of the game. So these guys really do not want to get that thing too yawed out. They don't want to go too high up the track because that's going to lose them that pivotal speed, that pivotal distance on the racetrack.
Yeah, Corey, momentum is going to be your friend here. You're going to want to keep the car as straight as possible through these corners as we see that 21 machine get a pretty big run there up to the back bumper of Howell there. Smith going to try to put some pressure on him now off of 4.
You see that lower line by the 21 of Ryan Smith. That's going to close him in by a little bit to that back wing of Taylor Howell. Entering turn number 1, he's going to go a little bit high. That's not going to work. We don't have the power. I don't know if that crossover attempt's going to work. It may have actually done so. He's going to pull to the back bumper. Might have a look entering 3.
Not quite going to be there, but man, oh man, is he close. Now down off of corner number 4 once again. It's going to be these 2 cars battling for heat race number 1 win. And now going down low, he hits the wall. A little bit of contact on an inside wall. That kills his momentum. Howell's going to pull away with an amazing lead.
Yeah, he just got a little bit too low there, and that definitely threw him off. But side by side for the 3rd spot, that's Hartley and Schneider. Hartley in the number 25 machine to the top of the track. Schneider to the inside. Remember, the transfer spot is in 5th. All of these drivers are good for the time being. 3 will clear Hartley, but you got to watch out. The 000 Sean Dennis behind. That is the transfer spot.
Absolutely it is, and he's going to be the guy to watch. As well, he's in that top 5 spot. He's pretty clear as of right now, as long as he doesn't make any more or any mistakes tonight. And looks like top 5 running pretty good so far. Yeah,
and as we go outside of the transfer spot, you have Keith Melheiser in the 77 racing with Bradley Kemp Capion in these 007, but they are well behind the transfer spot, about half a second. It's going to take some activity going on up front to disrupt that, but at the moment I don't see that happening, Brandon, as we do have 3 to go on the board for Heat 1.
I'll tell you, Ryan Smith is going to be a guy to watch tonight, and of course our heat race leader so far, Howell, and but that 21 machine, he clipped that inside wall before, but he's already starting to make up ground.
Yes, he is, and as we go on board of them, you can already see, looks like he may need to take a tear off there. He has quite the dirty tear off, but he's not done, Brandon. Even though we do have these slower cars, he is closing back in. I don't know if there's enough time. We only have a lap and a half to go, but he's showing that you can make some time up here tonight.
That's something that's not that easy to do either, Corey, in these race cars, as they'll come by for the white flag this time around. That's not an easy thing to do, is to make up time in these cars, because they are so close together in lap times. And it looks like another guy to watch out for is going to be that 3 car. That's Snyder.
That is Snyder in the number 3 machine. He's going to go for P2, but the checkered flag on Heat 1 is going to wave. Give it to Taylor Howell for the victory in Heat 1. Ryan Smith, Rick Schneider, and then it's going to be Frank Hartley and Sean Dennis transferring out of the first heat.
So we saw a really good heat race there, heat race number 1, and that's going to wrap it up for that heat, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like going to be moving on to heat race number 2 now, getting ready to get set on grid.
Yes, we will wait for these drivers to get their cool down period in, and again, we should have 4 heats are on the docket for tonight, as and then we have the consolation afterwards. So we will wait and see who's going to be gridding up here for heat race number 2. Again, PTR TV bring you the Synergy Dirt Racing Series. We will be covering them for their 10 race series, and race number 2 obviously is underway here tonight, and just waiting for the changeover, and there they are hitting the starting lineup. So as these guys are on the grid, let's show you where they will be starting for heat number 2. We are going to have, well, we have to wait for that to change over first. 11th and 12th is going to be Wiles and Davis, and there we go. That is your starting lineup for heat number 2. So again, kind of the same thing we just saw. Brandon, we saw a guy pull away, but we also saw a lot of guys being able to close in, and it looks like these cars are still racy here on this big track for these small cars.
Absolutely, Corey. This 305 motor, it's a great motor in these cars, and I'll tell you, some really, really close racing comes out of these cars. So much downforce on these little things, and with the smaller engine and the big tires, you know, you can't beat it at any racetrack. No matter the size, a quarter mile, the big tracks, you know, I mean, this is really a big track for these cars and still putting on a really good show.
Yes, it is, and just shows the drivers putting their practice in to be able to do what they can do in these cars, and really having to, as we said, maintain that momentum and just make sure that you're not making those mistakes. As we said, those mistakes, as we saw the 21 do in the last heat, those mistakes will cost you a shot at the win and maybe a shot to transfer.
Again, top 5 transfer from the heat races. We're going to have 3 heats here tonight, and then a B main, a consolation race, if you will. And these guys will go in 22 cars, going to be starting the feature when it is all said and done.
Yes, it is, but we got to get underway for heat number 2 here tonight, and it looks like it is, if my statistics are accurate, as I believe they are to be. It'll be Michael Rodriguez in the 20 getting him down for heat number 2, and then he's going to have Royal Cutway in the 49 to his outside, and then we have Brett Perigo and Andrew Hawkins in row number 2. Pace truck is in. We're going to wait for them to get onto the loud pedal, and there it is, back racing for heat number 2.
The field gonna storm down into corner number 1 for heat race number 2 now, and oh, hang on to her. You're that 49 car almost taking it right up into the outside wall right there. He's gonna hang on now, trying to hang on to the third place.
Massive carnage at the back of the pack. That's on his side. That's Carl Handwork in the number 22 machine, but we go back to the front of the field where the number 20 of Rodriguez has a comfortable lead of about 0.4 of a second, and then you can see they are starting to single file their way out back on, and at the transfer spot they are side by side right now.
no cautions in the heat races as caution laps would count. Race officials deciding not to throw cautions in the heat races. But as we move on, it looks like Cutway is going to be trying to get back up to that front position. Is a little bit of a mishap onto the initial start. Now the 20 car goes wide. That's going to leave a door open. Not quite going to be able to get there.
Not quite, but he's going to make sure that he has to keep that car right on the bottom of the track. He does not do that. That's going to open the door for the 49, but maybe that outside is actually getting a little bit of, getting a little bit more competitive right now. The bottom is going to slick off, and you will have to find a little bit of grip. These guys are doing that, but they still, Brandon, are side by side for 5th. Looks like that 0-2 and the 224 are going to be trading paint tonight.
Yeah, Corey, I think you are going to see these guys start to move up the track a little bit, even with these smaller motors. And the reason being is that you hit that slick, it creates tire spin. And tire spin in these race cars, that's your worst nightmare. Because if you throw it, throws you off balance, and it's really not a good thing. You want to keep these cars as straight as possible. So these guys are going to be searching for that moisture all night tonight, try to keep these cars straight.
Yes, that is what they are going to be doing, and so far they have been doing that, and it does look like at the transfer spot we may have someone trying to knock on the door. I believe that's Wyatt Layton in the 069. He's in 6th right now, trying to take that higher groove, and is he going to start to go ring around the outside of that number 224? Not quite, but he is taking a look there, and again, that is for the transfer spot.
Battle for the transfer spot is on. Layton is in the 6th position, and Hawkins going to try to defend that 5th position. Now heading down into turn 1. Almost a little bit of contact between those two drivers now. 224 are going to be on the low side there, and looks like that 069 is going to be trying to fight up on the high side, and these guys going on full-out fury battle here for that transfer position.
Yes, they are, and that's what you have to do because you don't want to have to go through that LCQ where only 2 drivers are going to get themselves into the feature. You want to do it now if you have the ability to do so, but as we go back up front, as we saw in the first heat, we saw a driver walk away with the field. Michael Rodriguez doing that exact thing here again tonight. Royal Cutway in the 2nd spot, Brett Perigo in 3rd, and as we said, we've been watching that battle for the 5th spot, but Brett Holloway's in sole position of the 4th position, and again, still watch the battle for the transfer spot. Lap and a half to go.
Lap and a half to go indeed, Corey. They're going to be coming around, take the white flag this time by. Look out! These guys almost went side by side off of 4. The 224 still holding that 5th position. That's Andrew Hawkins. And that 069 machine, that's Wyatt Layton. He's going to be trying to go for the transfer.
Yes, he is, and this is the final time for him to do so as we will head into it's 3. He's going to send it. He's going to make it contact. 224 is going to go wide. I think he's going to back off and let it be. The 069 is going to back off. Give it to the 224. Very, very sportsmanlike move right there.
Your heat race winner is going to be Michael Rodriguez, and he's going to be another one to watch out for come the feature time.
Yes, he will, but again, Brandon, that is a move that I want to commemorate because you don't see a lot of drivers who they acknowledge maybe they did something they didn't want to do, and instead of just taking the prize from it, give it back. I don't race like that, so that is definitely a move that Hawkins is going to remember from the 069.
That was extremely sportsmanlike, not something that you see every day anymore, Corey, and hats off to that guy.
Yeah, most certainly, but well, we've already locked 10 drivers now into the feature, so a couple more still on the docket to go in. Well, we have 12 more, so that's going to be 2 more heats of action. Just waiting for them to line up for heat number 3 here in the Synergy Dirt Racing Series at the USA Speedway, and I see them on the grid, so let's bring it to you. What is the heat lineup going to be? It's going to be McConnell on the pole, James second, Pacer in 3rd, McGeethy in 4th, Morondo in 5th, and then the remainder will flash by on the screen, Brandon. So we're kind of seeing a little bit of a trend with these things. The leader is pulling away, and we saw a really good battle for the transfer spot. So again, we're just trying to mentally remember who these guys are going to be that we're going to be watching for in the feature as they transfer.
For sure, Corey. This is going to be the 3rd and final heat before we head into the B main. It's going to be 12 guys trying to fight for a position in the feature come consolation time.
Yes, it will. So, again, Waylon McConnell is going to be leading the charge here tonight in this heat. Taylor James to the outside of the front row. So, we saw a couple times that outside lane got the better jump. And, again, with this track starting to slicken up, Brand, we saw that outside getting a little bit more competitive. So, maybe that's not going to be a bad thing to be up there on these restarts.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, that 56 might actually be at a little bit more of an advantage as starting there up on the high side. You know, at least he can hold that second position up there and really use the momentum to his advantage. There is a lot of moisture up there that can still be used, and of course, you still have all that fresh dirt underneath the loose stuff that hasn't been touched at all yet this tonight's, and I think these guys are going to be right up against the wall come to the end of the feature.
Yeah, well, that'll be interesting to see if that indeed does happen, but we will see what happens here for heat number 3, and Pace Truck is soon going to dive into the pits, and there it goes. And
oh boy!
Yeah, we're already got some action going on the warm up, but here we go, 3 wide already entering corner number 1.
Look out, heading down into corner 1, contact, the 0-1, the 73, they're going to stack up 4 wide down off of corner number 2.
Oh my goodness, there's still contact, they haven't wrecked yet, they're pulling this off 2-3 wide. These guys going for these positions. Waylon Connell out to a huge lead, but same can't be said for the rest of them.
Unbelievable start there for these guys. They're still battling 3 and 4 wide. 3 wide, further back in the pack. Contact, 1 upside down.
Yeah, that is Justin Sick, and no pun intended, he may be after that wreck flipping, and he's going to put himself behind the wall, believably so. But we're going to go back and check out what's going on for the remainder of the field. Connell up to a 1.5 second lead, but you see side by side for second. That's Morando and McGeethy off of 2. The 1 of Morando is going to clear for that spot. And look at him. Look at him to the inside. 73 McGeethy with the crossover. Moon slide jump. Contact.
Oh, contact. He's going to save it. Unbelievable. But now he's going to have to fight to stay in the feature.
Yeah, now he's going to be on the outside of the transfer spot. Transfer spot is Taylor James right now on the 56. And you can see how much positions is right ahead of him, but McGeethy not that far behind. So a lot of time to affect who's going to make the feature.
Man, unbelievable heat race so far, and the battles aren't over yet, Corey, because looks like the battle for the transfer spot is going to be heating up here real soon.
Yes, it is. It's about a second back with the contact these guys have been making. If you're a second back in 6, I'd still be pretty happy with that, because you don't know what's going to happen. We have Pacer battling side by side with Nate Johnson. That's for 3rd and 4th right now. Still door to door, entering 1. Well, I say door to door. We don't really have doors in these things, but you know what I mean. And here comes the 56.
The Nerf bars, Corey. The Nerf bars.
56 of James. Thought he was going to take a 3 wide look. He's looking. 3 wide and 3.
3 wide, heading down through corner number 4 now, and they're going to be side by side down the front straightaway. They made that one work, and tight quarters racing. The 56 almost slid up into the 86 there. Close racing for the position.
And a couple almost into the fence there off of 2 of these guys. They were going all the way down, clipping the grass on the entry, trying to get the grip all the way down there. And now you can see the 56 of James trying to go all the way as high as the groove has moved up, coming to 2 laps to go.
Man, oh man, but look who managed to catch back up to these guys, at least for the most part, is that 73 machine of McGeethy. And it looks like he lost a little bit of ground right there, but he was there at one point, I swear.
Yeah, he was within half a second, but a bad corner has put him back to about 8/10. But we are on, I believe it to be the white flag lap. Nope, 2 to go. Still jumping the gun here. Waylon McConnell out to the biggest lead we've seen thus far. 2 3/4 seconds over Dylan Morando in second, who has 3/4 of a second over Al Pacer. And that's what we've been watching, Pacer, Johnson, and James. Now this is the white flag, and the transfer spot now has tamed down a second back to McGeethy.
Shows what one bad corner can do in these cars, Corey, and you really have to keep your momentum. It's extremely important. So now that's going to put the 73 machine back into that B main.
Yes, it will. Waylon McConnell will take the win, and Dylan Morando in second. Al Pacer will round out the top 3 here in heat number 3. So now this will lead us to, I believe, we are in the consolation, if you can confirm, Brandon.
Yes, we are. Consolation, the B main race here. 12 cars going to, or 12 laps. It's saying 7 cars to the feature here. So should be an interesting race.
Yes, it is. So as they will get onto the grid, we will give you the starting lineup for this, the final consolation to get into the 35-lap feature here tonight. And they're loading in, and then we have Randy Hannigan starting on the pole. We do have Wyatt Layton in second, Nicholas McGeethy, Lyle Christensen, Bruce Wiles, and the remainder of these guys will all show up on the ticker for you. So again, we're only taking, I believe, how many was it, Brandon, out of this one?
7 cars going to be transferring from the B main to the feature.
All right, so it looks like that's going to be just less than half the field. It'll be 20 drivers starting this, so 20 going for 7 spots. So you got to have that good position, and we saw that last heat. That was by far the most competitive heat we saw in terms of guys going for it, sending it, and taking these crazy moves. And, well, this is going to be the time to do it even to the next level. So we've already seen all these guys in one form or another, and I do expect that 069 to be up there. We know that 73 is quick. We know the 41 is quick. Obviously, he's starting at the front of this field, Brandon. So again, these are guys we have to watch for the feature coming up right after this.
Absolutely it is, and man, the one thing I didn't expect is some key players from the heat races going to be in this B main, Corey, just from some minor incidents, and these guys, 7 cars going to make it. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, it is. As we said, we saw McGeethy. He had the transfer from the last heat and just trying to get a little bit too much out of it, and that put him out, and he's going to have to race his way in. But, well, in all honesty, he's in pretty much good position now. Just has to hold where he is, but, you know, a lot can happen, and it's going to be 12 laps, a little bit more action on this docket than we've had prior. But take it away, Brandon. We're getting ready to go underway.
Absolutely, these guys rolling through corner number 4 now. The pace truck could be making a dive down into pit lane. The field in the hands of Randy Hannigan, and the green flag is in the air. We're underway for the B main. 12 laps of racing action.
And here we come into corner number 1. You can see they're already 2-3 wide for the lead. We already have massive carnage off of 2.
Oh my Lord,
oh my God, who is that? Lyle Christensen. That was at least 10 flips there on the back straightaway, but up front we're side by side for the lead.
Side by side, heading down off of corner number 2, down the back straightaway now. These guys battling it out for the B main win here. The 41 still holds the lead, now heading down through corner number 3, 73 up on the high side. Don't look now, there's the 069.
069 Wyatt Layton try to join the party here as we complete 2 laps into this of the consolation race. And here we come. That's McGeethy in the 73. Lost a little bit of time. Top 3 have pulled away by about 1.5 seconds over the remainder of the field. That has settled up, but we got to go back to where the transfer spot is. That's going to be 7th place. Matt Starr holding that in the 15 machine. Has about 3/4 second on Cody McKnight. That's going to be the guy he has to watch out for.
Absolutely it is. Back up front now, that 73 machine is trying to search, find the best line to run here, Corey, and that's the hardest part, is trying to find that best line. These guys starting to move back down to, it looks like, the bottom of the racetrack, and now little bit of a mistake there down off of corner number 4. That's going to cost them some time. Yeah,
a mistake here is just so easy to make, because all it is, as we said, is just running the wrong line by about maybe even a foot. That might cost you that 10th you just gained on the guy the lap before. Really kind of a game of perfection here at USA, right on that grass, entering 3 and holding that off of 4. But I'll tell you, Hannigan seems to be holding a prettier wheel than everybody else.
Absolutely, they are. That 73 machine really gained time that time around. Now heading down into corner number 3. These guys going to be the ones to watch here in the feature also. So we saw these guys battling it out in their own heat races, and really just the little things that had happened to to make them miss that transfer, and now they're battling it out in the heat race for the B main for the B main win.
Yes, they are. And you just see it. The 73 at McGeethy, he's trying so many different things. He's trying that high approach, cutting low on exit. He's trying to wrap right around the inside the whole time. And the gap, well, I'll tell you, at least on the stopwatch, only about half a tenth, if even, the difference these guys between each lap after lap. So that you can't really gain any time when you're running the same speed as the guy in front of you.
Absolutely, and man, oh man, you know, momentum is so key in these cars, Corey. It's unbelievable. We saw the McGeethy lose a little bit more time. There is a little bit more there that time around. A little bit of a wiggle down off the corner.
Yeah, a little bit of a wiggle indeed, and that cost him even another tenth, so that's going to pretty much take a big mistake from Hannigan at this point if he's going to want to get the W, but he'll take that second. It'll transfer him in without any kind of issue at all. And the transfer spot, we talked about Cody McKnight.
Oh, boy.
We talked about Cody McKnight being on the outside of it, but something has happened to put him in the transfer position right now. He has 0.6 of a second over the 666, and who's that ahead of him upside down? I think that may have been a slower car. Nothing has changed. Nope, something has changed. Now Scott Davis is in. We just lost somebody out of the transfer positions. And
it's going to be, these guys are coming around to take the white flag this time around off of quarter number 4, and the lead has opened up a little bit more, Corey. It's the 73 really trying to push his car to the limit. I think maybe pushing it a little bit too hard as he keeps missing that groove down on the bottom, slides up, and it's really messing him up.
Yeah, it is, and apologies, we did miss that incident there that happened. The 73 all the way up the track trying to send a full last second move, but it's not going to work. Randy Hannigan wins the Consi. Nicholas McGeethy, Wyatt Layton, Ron Rogues, Matt Starr, Cody McKnight, and it looks like Devin Boots is going to transfer in on this preliminary notice.
So, heat races in the books. B main in the books. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time for the main event. Time to go racing.
Yeah, it is. We're going to have a 35-lap feature. We just had to work ourselves there. We had to figure out who's going to get there. Now we know, so let's go for all the marbles. Let's go for all the points. Let's go for all the money. Let's give you the starting lineup here for the feature event. What am I talking about here for the Synergy Racing Series? And I am going to hope this is right. We don't really do a lot of heat starting lineups, so we're going to hope this is right. I think it's Taylor Howell starting on the front row of the feature event. Michael Rodriguez on the outside. We have Waylon McConnell in third. Ryan Smith in fourth. Royal Cutaway in fifth. Dylan Morando in sixth. Rick Schneider in seventh. Brett Perigo in eighth. Al Pacer in ninth. And rounding out your top 10 is Frank Hartley Jr. Brent Holloway in 11th. Nate Johnson is in 12th. Sean Dennis is in 13th. Andrew Hawkins is in 14th. We're going to have Taylor James rolling off in P16, and Randy Hannigan, who just won that race, is in the 16th spot. Nicholas McGeethy in 17th. Wyatt Layton in 18th. Rounding out your top 20 is going to be Ron Rogues and Matt Starr, and the final two in this race, Cody McKnight and Devin Boots. And I believe that actually was correct, so go me and my overlay system.
So, these guys going to be rolling off. Ladies and gentlemen, the 305 sprint cars, they're going to be put on a really good show tonight. The little engines that could, the big wings, small race cars, and these guys going to go fast and try to pound the high side here, see what they can do here tonight.
Yeah, they're going to see what they can do, Brandon. And we do have cautions on in this, and we do have 35 laps, so obviously no concerns with fuel because, well, pit stops aren't really a nature in this business here on the iRacing simulation. So, again, in 35 laps, we have more cars on the track, more laps being turned, so the track may cause a little bit more changing, so that may throw these guys off a little bit. But just with this longer distance, does that affect how you want to drive this race at all?
Well, honestly, it's going to be moving around wherever you can, and I think it's still going to be the same what we saw in the in the heat races and the consolation, but I think it is going to be a little bit closer because you're going to have all the faster drivers up front together.
Yeah, you will, and these guys are going to have to play, they're just going to have to play cat and mouse, not screw up, because as we've seen all night, lose that momentum, lose the lead, lose the time. You cannot do that. This is where it's all going to matter. We're coming off corner number 4, pace trucks in. This is the feature event here tonight, and the green flag's in the air. We're racing at USA.
Green flag is in the air. These cars getting up to speed down into corner number 1. That's going to be side by side for that second position. Now 75 going to try to clear it. Oh, big time carnage behind him.
Oh my God, and that is going to be the first yellow of the race. We didn't even make it off of corner number 2, and we'll see what happened on PTR TV replay.
That was a hard hit for that 49 machine. Let me tell you what, Corey. Man, oh man.
Yeah, it looks like someone got loose there. The 15 got loose. Oh, actually, they were well ahead of that by now. We'll try to go back and get a better view of that. It is really hard to see them on the dirt tracks with how quick everything happens, so. Oh, there it is. Someone got rear-ended there in the middle of the corner, and yeah, that 49 was just dead in the middle of the track, and a lot of residual contact from various other drivers that got involved, but the first caution of the night. These guys will have a second opportunity to kind of take a deep breath, get those nerves settled, and hopefully we get some racing for you this next time by.
So, yeah, I mean, luckily caution period's pretty quick on the dirt surfaces here on the iRacing service, and well, ladies and gentlemen, this couldn't be done without iRacing. iRacing, a huge part of everything we do here, the only part of everything that we do here on this channel, but, you know, you see how realistic everything is here on the iRacing service, and how many times have people come up to us after a broadcast, Corey, and said that they thought that they were watching real-life racing. It's just the characteristics of everything, the handling of everything, it's just that real.
Yes, it is, and we're proud to obviously be a part of it, and proud to be an esports network affiliate. So if you have not actually seen that, the iRacing Esports Network, where all the top-tier esports broadcasts, including the PK Entry Free Series, which will be going live here on next coming Tuesday. So you'll want to check out our coverage on there, as we will be having some content on the Esports Network. But as we get back to the race at hand, the Synergy Dirt Racing Series, Brandon Taylor Howell on the front row, Waylon McConnell in second. We got Michael Rodriguez and Ryan Smith first through fourth, so we'll see if we can get them racing. We didn't get off of corner number 2. Let's see what these guys are made of as we come through 3 and 4.
Pace truck going to be making its way down into the pits this time around once again. Attempt number 2 here. Green flag is back in the air. Howell gets the jump on the restart. He's going to move up right away. Heading down into corner number 1. It's going to be a battle for that second position.
Yeah, the second position is on the table right now. Actually, it's going to be the third position right now. Rodriguez and Smith. Rodriguez had to kind of hold off the 21 for the time being. They're going to be single file brigade through 3 and 4. Looks like McConnell pulling away from third place just a little bit, trying to gain on Howell at the same time.
Things going to be heating up front already, Corey. That 75 machine. Oh, man, a big slide down off of corner number 2. We have a caution flag in the air once again.
Looks like we have Matt Starr, we have Al Pacer facing the wrong way on the back straightaway, and we'll dust off the old instant replay, try to figure out what happened here.
Al Pacer took a ride on his roof there for a split second.
Yeah, he put himself in the wall there, and he got contact from somebody there. Couldn't quite tell who it was off of 2. But, yeah, that just put him straight in the wall. That was, I think he just did not get the exit off 2 he needed, but he will continue, albeit with some aerodynamic alterations to that vehicle, meaning he doesn't have a front wing. these cars go over so easily. Such a narrow wheelbase on these things, Corey, and they're so lightweight. It's unbelievable. The little bit, just getting these cars a little upset could cause them to high side and go for a wild ride. Should I add that one to the Corey Silva list of broadcast euphemisms? Some aerodynamic alterations.
AKA.
I'm gonna keep that one. So, put it on a T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those
like all the other T-shirts we were supposed to come out with by now.
Well, cough, cough, guy who owns the apparel company.
And me? I don't know what you're talking about.
No. So on that last restart, not much happened up front. Again, we have many guys. I think we're up to 21 still in the race. Royal Cutaway has taken it behind the wall formally for the event. So we do have 20 still on the lead lap, 21 still in the race. We have that's going to be Ron Rogue's one lap down, but I think he's getting it back as we speak via the Lucky Dog. So scratch that logic. All 21 drivers will be on the lead lap. And I believe lights are out and we're getting doubled up.
These guys will get doubled up, stacked up, ready to go fast once again. And green flag's going to be coming back out this time around. These guys going to take the trip down the back straight away through quarters 3 and 4. And we'll be back to racing action here in just a couple moments.
Yes, we will. And again, we're really curious to see what's going to go on up front. We've seen a lot of fast guys all night long in the various heats and pull away, and now they're going to be racing each other for the points. These are the only races this is the only race of the night where points are going to be awarded. So this is where you got to make the most of it. Pace car is in, pace truck rather. Green flag is in the air, and I'll tell you that 75 on the outside, he was ready for it.
Down through quarters number 1 and 2 now. The 75 going to try to fight right on the rear Nerf bar. That 29 machine now heading down the back straightaway down into quarter number 3. It's a battle for the lead.
Yeah, it is. McConnell is on a mission. He's going to have the run. He got off of 4 much better. He's going to take a look to the inside. Is he going to send it into 1 and 2? The answer is yes. Can the 29 hold him off?
Caution flag on the Speedway just as he was about to pass for the lead.
Nope, scoring didn't give it to him, so he will have to take back second, even though he probably would have had it. It looks like Dylan Morando had some form of issues there off of 4, so let's go back and take a gander at what happened. Off of 4, it looks like just a self-spin, and someone got loose there off of 4, and just kind of got into the cars that he was racing around. Looks like the 56 had a little bit of that as well as a couple guys going into the grass. So again, Brandon, in these kind of cars where you have these lower powered cars in this humongous, it's almost like a NASCAR plate style track. They're 2-3 wide, nowhere to really go. It's just problems are just going to arise until we can get settled out.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, we're 13 on lap 13, so we've completed 12 laps thus far out of a 35 lap feature here, Corey. And well, so far not too bad of racing up towards the front of this thing. These smaller motors really putting out a good show. And
of course, as we said, this is only race 1 was not covered, but race 2 through 10 you will find every Saturday night for the next, well, of course, 8 weeks after this. And we'll be covering these guys on all of the dirt tracks that the iRacing service does offer. So obviously, admittedly so, Brandon, this one may not be the best suited for this car, obviously, with the lack of power and the extended distance. But we're going to be heading to the quarter miles of Kokomo, of Limaland, to the shorter tracks of the Charlotte dirt track and such. So these guys, Lanier, for example, so there is going to be a lot of good racing at some more suitable tracks as the season does progress.
And Corey, I'll tell you, that's where these cars really shine, is those quarter-mile racetracks, the bull rings, if you will. And that's where these cars were built to run, is those little quarter-mile racetracks, the big wings. These guys going to be pounding the cushions in these things, and I'll tell you what, I can't wait.
Yep, so you'll have to stay tuned, and we'll watch the season progress together as time goes by. But we're not done with business here yet. We are in lap number 14, and well, I think I'm getting a little bit too excited. Nope, we are going green. Single file restart. So Taylor Howell's going to be on the loud pedal, have quite the advantage on that restart, entering 1.
Absolutely, he will. Now down through corners 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway now. 75 machine gonna try to get the run off the corner. He's gained a little bit of ground now, but he's got company behind him. That's the 20 machine.
The 20, Michael Rodriguez, he wants to play. He wants to try to get up there, but, well, we know passing is not very easy here tonight, so not able to do anything just yet. He's going to sail it on in there all the way to the high side of the track. See the PTR TV logo, we like to see that, but the 21's going to send it down in there and not have anything to do with it. Couldn't carry the momentum off the corner.
As 75, Machine McConnell's going to try to do the high-low and try to sweep the corner. And wow, I can't believe that worked. He's got a huge run heading down into corner number 1.
But he has to send it into 1, but not able to do so. And that's going to bring in some more company. That's Brett Perigo in the 19 machine. He's going to try to join the party. Nicholas Begethi right behind that. And we're going to be going door to door for the 3rd spot once more. That's going to be Rodriguez and Smith.
Right on the rear nerf bars at 75 Machine for the lead now. He's going to maybe try to take it high. Now he's going to cut down low. He's going to dime in the corner. What kind of run is he going to get? He's right on the back bumper.
Right on the back bumper. Bump drafting, if you will, at the dirt track. He's going to go really high. It's been working for him every time. The 29 cannot get off the corners, and that's going to follow suit yet again. Has to look. Is he going to send it?
Side by side, contact in a corner number 1. Saves it off a corner number 2, trying to gather back up.
Big wreck off of 2.
Big time carnage behind him. Oh, man.
Rick Schneider upside down in the 3 machine. Yeah, while we had so much going on there off of corner number 2. We had a battle for the lead, battle for second, then ultimate carnage pursued later in the field. And oh my God, the 3 got into the 21 who was slowed there, backed up in the middle of the track, and kamikazed. He kamikazed with a couple of vehicles there and went upside down, did the 3. Remember, he's had a really good run and in his heats was running pretty quick, but I think I'm assuming the backup vehicle is on offer because that'll be the only way he will continue after that one.
That was a hard hit and then took a couple of rolls after that, so that machine going to be back in the pits there. But Corey, how about that battle up front?
Yeah, we were watching. I was watching 3rd and 4th. I didn't even see that happen. That battle just really took shape very quickly. But well, quickly, as we're just about halfway, I'll give you your top 10 rundown. Taylor Howell is your leader. We have Waylon McConnell in 2nd, Brett Perigo in 3rd, Nicholas Begethi in 4th, Randy Hannigan, Ryan Smith, Sean Dennis, Frank Hartley Jr., Brett Holloway, and Andrew Hawkins, the top 10 here. We are single file restarts after, I believe it was the 3rd caution. We have switched over to single file restarts. The lights out on the pace truck. So Brandon, get them going for us, please.
Well, lights not out quite yet, Corey.
I get really excited.
You're getting excited over there.
Well, I missed it last time from my camera angles I have. It's really hard to see if the lights are still on. So.
And lights should be out this time around. And but Corey, I know you don't get to cover the dirt racing too much, and I know it's exciting, but a little bit of patience here, man. Come on.
All right, so I would have extrapolated that top 10 rundown a little bit more, but all right. So Brandon, we're coming off of quarter number 2 here. The lights are out on the pace truck. We're just about halfway completed in the race, so the pace car is down the back straightaway. Get us going.
Can you make that sound for me one more time, Corey?
It's VOD. You can go back on demand.
Well, now the lights on the iRacing official pace truck are out. These guys going to be going back to green flag action this time around. The safety truck makes its way into pit lane. The 29 on the throttle. Howell gets the jump there, and he's going to pull away and sail it off into quarter number 1.
He's been getting the lead every time, but the battle for second is going to be on. That's going to be Waylon McConnell trying to hold on to the outside position because Brett Perigo to the inside. No momentum down there for him, so top 4 will single file out. And you know that 75's been trying to get those high-low runs. We'll see if he's going to be able to do it, but he's dropped back about half a second.
And that half a second is gone. Gonna send it down in that corner number 2 now, and he's going to try to get the momentum off. And let me tell you, that guy is bad fast at a 305 at USA.
Yeah, he just knows exactly what to do, and the 29 sees it. He just can't seem to defend it, or he just can't seem to emulate it, so he's going to have to try to hold on to the high side. 75 going to try to send it on in there. He's going to get a little bit too yawed out. 29 will hold off on the outside for the time being. 29 was able to hold off. 75 got the right rear too much in the slick, got a little bit too sideways. Look how high he's running now. 29 is going to try to block it, but it actually seemed to work. Didn't get the run he has been getting to the 75.
Heading down into corner number 1 now. That 75 machine gonna be right on the back bumper now. Gonna try to swing it down low. Gonna be side by side. Not gonna work. He's gonna try to cross it over. Now running the high side down through turns 3 and 4. Gonna swing it down low once again. Try to use the momentum.
It's almost like a Mario Kart turbo pad he gets off that corner there. He just gets such a run, but he can't do anything with it on the entry. Look how loose he gets. That's bringing Perigo into the mix.
It gets really hard to finish off that pass once you get into that slick stuff, Corey. He's going to run the high side. Now going to try to swing it back down low. That 75 machine. Now he's got the 19 under him. Yeah,
19 said, well, you guys are going to battle. Well, it's going to be a three-way party up here. Now that 19's going to have to try to decide what to do. 29's really struggling up there, but he's doing just enough to hang on. 75 again, right to the back bumper.
Gonna try to make the move once again. He's right where he needs to be to get that move done, but gonna hold it on the high side, hanging it out right up against that outside wall now these guys are. And down through quarters number 1 and 2. Once again, he's gonna swing it down low, try to defend against that 19 car now, side by side.
Side by side into 3. This is where the problems have been. Contact! He's gonna get washed up the track a little bit. They will continue on nice and clean. They're gonna be door to door. Well, Nerf bar to Nerf bar down the front straightaway into 1. This is where the problems have been for the 75. He's going to get right down there, and the momentum just isn't there. It's too slick down there. He'll have to fall back in the line. Nearly contact.
Boy! Almost some serious contact right there. We're going to see what he can do. He's going to try to catch back up. We know he has the speed, but don't look now. Here comes the 19 machine once again.
And we're at 5 laps to go, Brandon. Remember, the iRacing cutoff lap's going to be about 4 to go, I believe, to get this race restarted. So anything can happen. These guys got to get the moves done now. Nearly in the fence is the 75, but he's right there. He's got to figure something out.
He's going to run way up against the wall that time around. That's not going to work. Brett Borrego's going to try to take advantage of that one. Couldn't quite get there.
4 laps to go, Brandon. At this point, if you're the 75, do you have a plan, or are you just sending it and praying for the best?
You gotta have some sort of plan, Corey. You gotta have some sort of strategy, but now it looks like he's gonna try to shoot high. It's a plan in the moment. You gotta try to figure out which line works best, and it looks like he's trying to figure out. He found the line to run to catch him, but now he needs to try to find a line to pass him.
Well, the 29 is kind of playing pretty good defense now. He figured out what the 75's been doing, and he's been emulating it and stopping that run. He's still not as good as the 75, but he's been able to play much better defense. 19 is just getting into the mix here as well.
Almost 3 wide for the lead, down off of 4 that time by the 75. Now watch, he's gonna try to shoot high, and now he's gonna dive in the corner off low. He had to defend against the 19 that time around. Looks like he's gonna shoot high, and he's gonna try to work his way down to the low side, as that was proven wrong once again.
But this is
trying to find that better line. White flag is in the air.
This is where it's going to matter. He's going to the top of the track. He's going to lose the time. He's going to gain it all back, and this is going to be the final opportunity. What's going to happen in 3 and 4?
Down into corner number 3. Now he's going to try to shoot that high line. What's he going to do? Not quite going to get there. Taylor Howell's going to win it off of corner number 4. Your winner, race 2.
Taylor Howell wins round number 2 of the Synergy Dirt Racing Series in an amazing battle with Waylon McConnell there at the end. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. Who says these guys in the 305s can't put on a show? They just proved everybody wrong, because that was some phenomenal racing. Very clean, hard battling amongst the leaders.
Unbelievable racing from these guys here tonight, Corey. Man, was that fun to cover.
Yes. Yeah, it was. My brain wasn't keeping up with it nearly as fast as it needed to, but these guys have all crossed the stripe, so let's bring it the final results for you here tonight at USA International Speedway. Taylor Howell led every single lap, but it wasn't as easy as it may have sounded. He had to hold off a hard-charging Waylon McConnell, who finished 2nd here tonight. Brett Perigo in 3rd, Nicholas McGeethy in 4th, Randy Hannigan in 5th, Sean Dennis in 6th, Ryan Smith in 7th, and we have Andrew Hawkins, Brent Holloway, and Frank Hartley Jr. rounding out your top 10. Al Pacer in 11th, Rick Schneider in 12th, Michael Rodriguez in the 13th spot, Taylor J. James in 14th. And then rounding out your top 20 is Wyatt Layton, Nate Johnson, Dylan Morondo, Devin Boots, Cody McKnight, and Matt Starr. And the last drivers to make the feature were Ron Rogues and Royal Cutaway, 21st and 22nd. So we do have right off the gun here in our PTR TV booth, we already have Waylon McConnell available for interview, as looks like a couple of these guys are starting to funnel their way in. So we will give them the opportunity to get into the booth and talk with us, Brandon. So as we said, Waylon McConnell, I believe we already have. So let's bring him into the booth and have a chat with him. All right, Waylon, you put on a hell of a show, brother. You did everything you possibly could and raced Taylor as clean as you possibly could to get that win. Just ran up one position short. Well, first off, what was it like in your heat race? And then ultimately at the end, just what was your strategy in the feature and getting the second here tonight? You got a copy, Waylon?
Well, I think we're going to give him time to figure that out. We'll come back to him. But,
yeah, we don't have anybody of interviewing status at this point. So, again, we'll kind of give a little minute to Waylon to see if we can get a hold of him, see if we can get Taylor Howell, the winner of the race, in. So while that is the case, we're going to step aside for a brief commercial break, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to these guys after the thrilling race here at USA. Please stay with us.
Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free, both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website.
And we're back here on PTR TV, and sadly we were not able to get hold of Waylon or, unfortunately, any of the top three, so hopefully we'll work on that, get these guys the information they need in order to be able to talk with us next week. But again, we want to thank everyone for tuning in to tonight's broadcast here of the Synergy Dirt Racing Series Round 2. Again, we're going to be covering them for another 8 weeks in their 10-week campaign, so you'll want to bookmark your Saturday nights if you liked what you saw. If you did like what you seen, if you did like what you viewed here tonight, give a thumbs up and subscribe to PTR TV, help us grow, and again, check us out in all of our future endeavors here on the channel, hoping to get more leagues on and hoping to get more content and get on the iRacing Esports Network more and take advantage of that opportunity that we have been presented. And, well, Brandon, anything else that you want to shout out to the viewers here tonight?
Well, folks, just make sure to check out our website, primetimeracing.tv, for everything related to the channel. And again, make sure to follow us on social media, like Corey said. Be sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, I think that'll about do it. One other thing, folks, we are looking for some marketing partners to help us expand. If you're interested, go ahead, send us an email on our website. Again, that's primetimерacing.tv.
All right, of course, check that out. But signing out for tonight's coverage is Corey Silva and Brandon Kreutz. Have a great night, and we'll catch you next time.
Have a great night. Catch you next week, everybody.